Hello everyone and welcome to episode 127 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. As it is Pride 44, the calm before the storm. Romino Soto versus Gilbert Melendez is our main event, and should be a banger. Should be an absolute banger. Romino Soto has been on a roll, and Gilbert Melendez is a savage, and I think that's going to be a very fun lightweight fight. Of course, that lightweight division, a lot of killers in there, and I think that's going to be pretty fun main event here on pay-per-view. It's been a while since we've had like a numbered show, as far as without being a Bushido or worldwide. So very nice to see that. And we do have a couple of pieces of mail, like 19 pieces. Yeah. So we extended Leopoldo Cerro, Alan Goes, Wanda Baraga, Cyborg left Gracie Fusion and joined Nova Unona, as we extended Matt Hughes, Ryan Stout, Gustafson failed a drug test. So that sucks, because he absolutely dominated Roger Hollett, so that's going to get turned into a no contest. Tough week for Alexander Gustafsson, both in this mod and in real life, of course. I mean, the man just doesn't have a chin anymore, unfortunately, but hopefully, I don't know what he's going to do. Part of me kind of wishes he just hangs it up, but I know he wants to keep on fighting. I don't know what he's going to do. As far as I just don't know. But Ryan Healy, we get extended him. We finally signed Jeremy Stevens, as he's been in the mod for a hot minute. He's 6-2 right now. He just lost in Strikeforce, which is interesting. We don't usually sign people off of a loss, but just felt like he was someone that we could either send down to rings, or even, I forgot to mention this, we have Elite XC now as a developmental. No, I guess a child company, as because it's not really developmental in that case, because we don't really use it for developmental. I think we sent one person down. I'm trying to remember who that was. Now I'm thinking about it. And so let me just check over and see if we could find anyone that I remember that we sent down. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anyone. I could have swore we at least sent someone down. Oh well. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. KJ Noons we signed, who is 14-5, the 16th welterweight in the world. Stole him from UFC. He just won. He's on a 4-fight win streak. You see here, though, he's had a hell of a run as far as good to great fights. And sure, he's lost to guys like Jeremy Jackson and Kira Kikuchi, which is not a great sign as far as how he's going to rank against other welterweights we have. But seems like he has a pretty exciting style. He's knocked out some people, and it's always fun to see. We'll see what happens as far as he's going to be ready to go here relatively soon. So we should have a fight either in August or September, or later on down the line. So we extended Hunkman Choi. Tim Sylvia left Roof Sport and has joined AMC Pinkerton. We extended Clay Guida. Alexander Gustafsson has left Voss Gym. I think it's Uriah Faber who we sent down. Now I'm thinking about it. Nope, oh no, I know it was Dominic Cruz. We signed Dominic Cruz, but of course he's a bantamweight. But Elite XC has bantamweights, so that's what it was. It's wild. I remember that from the Uriah Faber signing. Obviously, more of a featherweight that could potentially move down to lightweight. I think and he's someone that should go over pretty well. He just beat Norifumi Yamato. He's had a trilogy fight with Yamamoto here, as far as both split decision win, split decision loss, and then unanimous decision win. So that's interesting. As far as looks like the only time he finishes an actual real opponent's with a rear naked choke or a guillotine. We'll see what happens. That lightweight division's crazy, and he's 30 years old though still. A California kid looking to get some big fights here in Pride FC. Masatsu Yano, and then Gustafsson joined the French top team after leaving Voss Gym. As we will hop into the card here. Romino Soto, Gilbert Melendez, Fabio and Chuck Liddell, though, as the co-main is crazy. Alistair Overeem, Pedro Hizzo, Murloc, Ninja Who, and Scott Smith. That's a crazy fight, too. Those middleweight fights are pretty nuts. Dwayne Ludwig taking on Tetsuji Kato, and in our women's division, Satoko Shiashi taking on Masakayoshida. And our prelims, Jeremy Horn on the prelim. Not looking good for him. He's taking on Siminov in our heavyweight prelim. Tom Erickson, the big cat, as he's taking on Hirotaka Koi, as that should be an interesting prelim as far as probably potentially the last fight for the big cat. I mean, what? This is a crazy main event, but we have a crazy card. I mean, that co-main is nuts. Is the Moonwolf Romino Soto taking on Gilbert El Nino Melendez. His first defense potentially for Gilbert Melendez. The 7th time he's made it in a Pride event. 3rd time for Romino Soto. He submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents. They're world-ranked welterweights, even though they're lightweights here. Soto trains at Peresta, which Melendez has an overall record of 2-0 against other members of that team. Melendez will have the 5-inch reach advantage. One lone back for Romino Soto. He is someone that very shocked that has done so well for us. I mean, he lost to Josh Thompson, but even then, I thought he was going to lose to Dean Thomas. I honestly thought he was going to lose to maybe Charles Bennett. He won with a twister. You've seen a lot of different types of submissions as far as from coming off a loss like against Toby Imada when we signed him. I think that's a fight we'd love to see again, depending on what happens here with Gilbert Melendez. Because, I mean, this is a big fight for him. He's 35. Not sure how many more title fights he's going to have, but he's someone I think could definitely have a fun style fight with Gilbert Melendez. So Melendez 9-3. Of course, he's been on a tear as well, beating Josh Thompson, BJ Penn, and Cristiano Marciello. And then also Daisuke Nakamura, just to throw his name in there. But someone that's, as far as lost to Jens Pulver in the past during his first reign, and after beating BJ Penn, being the first guy to beat BJ Penn, and he won the trilogy to get into the title fight with Thompson. Back-to-back rear naked choke finishes. Both guys look to get the win by a submission, and it should be a fun main event. This should see a finish in that one. As Fabio Maldonado taking on Chuck the Iceman Liddell. 2 of the baddest middleweights we have, to be honest here. We got a former middleweight champion, Chuck Liddell. Not used to really not being the main event, if we're being honest here. It's Fabio Maldonado getting a huge opportunity here. He is the favorite going into this fight, which is pretty nuts. Chuck's got a 6-inch reach advantage. He's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. As far as Maldonado, he was undefeated going into the Ron Faircloth fight. Got caught in a leg lock, knocked out Nate Marcotte to end out the year. He's a guy who's had a pretty heavy fight schedule. He's had 3 fights a year, so now having a nice, at least 6 months off going into this fight against Chuck Liddell. Much more to rest as Chuck, he's at the end of his career looking like. He's 39. He just beat Vitor Belfort, though. He's beat Murloc in the past. He beat him last year to be the third reign as the middleweight champion. I mean, just when we thought he was kind of done with after the Dan Henderson win. Even then, because going in with a 3-fight losing streak, and so was Dan Henderson, I believe. It was like, this could go either way, honestly. And to get the win there, to go on to the Murloc fight and beat him. Shockingly beat him. Not only that, just finish him in the first round. Pretty nuts. He's 3 straight finishes. Rather, he got finished by either Silva or he finished him. Either way, someone that looks to finish fights and should be very, very exciting to see how that plays out. That should be a hell of a fight. Then the Demolition Man himself, Alistair Overeem, taking on Pedro the Rock Hizzo. Both are world-ranked super heavyweights. Hizzo is ranked higher than Overeem, which is pretty nuts. As Hizzo trains he trains at Hoos Valley too, though, which Overeem has an overall record of 2-0 against other members of that team. First time they fought, Overeem's gonna have a significant weight range. Somehow the Blurcat set picks do have Rizzo, which I don't see it, man. I think Overeem's gonna. I don't think he's gonna demolish him, but I just think people are doubting Overeem here. I know he's kind of slipping a little bit. But I think the Emelianenko win put him back in the right direction. I think this win here will put him in the right direction again. I mean, he fought just some killers, though. From the Sergey fight to the Barnett fight. So 5 straight fights, he fought a top 10 guy. That's a crazy run. And to go away from that, take someone that's outside the top 15 for the first time, and since the Kazuchika Vegeta fight, which even then, that was a fun fight, though, too. But I'm super excited to see what he can do. As Pedro Hizzo, though. I mean, someone that 7-6 in Pride FC, but he's on a 3-fight win streak. He's beat Heath Herring, Fedor, and then Vistian as well. As the Macaulay Vistian win, too, was pretty nuts with that guillotine choke. He's got a couple of guillotine chokes. The Heath Herring one, went for the double leg, was Heath Herring, but he stuck his neck out still and got caught. But he's someone who's lost to Igor in the past. He should have probably lost to Igor the first time, but the fight got stuffed because of the cut. Had the Chillette knockout, Lost to Arvlovsky, and of course lost to Sergey twice, which tough break there. And then got knocked out by Tim Sylvia. It was his last loss. So had great fights though. The past 4 fights have been good to great, and yeah, should be another exciting fight here. I'm really pumped up for this pay-per-view. As Murloc, Ninja Who, I don't know why he doesn't have a picture. But that sucks. As don't know what happened. Sometimes pictures like that, I don't know if it's an ager thing or what, but sometimes they just kind of disappear on me. I have to reassign it. But Murloc, as going up against someone in Scott Hands of Steel Smith, who has been on a fucking tear. I know he's a big favorite to win this fight, but Scott has a 5-inch reach advantage. His last, I want to say, 4 fights have ended within a minute. Either he lost or he's finished them, and he's beaten some tough names. Leo Machida and Lee Murray. Those small wins there. I mean, those are big-time wins. And to beat Glover Teixeira, too, and he's had good to great fights pretty much his entire run here, besides the Stiebling split decision and the Masatsu Yano fight. Other than that, he's been fantastic for us. This should be a fun-ass fight here. Obviously, a former middleweight champion of Murloc. I was hoping I'd be able to change it here. Oh, yes, I can. Perfect. Yes. Perfect. For the win. Way to go. So that will at least get fixed. Let's forget there. But Murloc, as far as... I forgot to even look at the fight history. So, yeah, he had the Chuck Liddell loss, obviously, when he went on a pretty good run, though, as the middleweight champion. As far as, he's lost to Rampage in the past, but he's avenged that loss. Really just the Chuck Liddell. Maybe a trilogy fight in the works, perhaps, for 2009. Potentially there, depending on what happens in the co-main event. Could very well see that being a possibility. That should be a fun-ass fight. Yeah, I mean, Scott Smith has a 2-0 record against the Budokan Luta Livre team. I know he's the big favorite to win, but I really would not mind putting a flyer on a Scott Smith upset. Just, he's got hands of steel, man. He will knock a motherfucker out in an instant. See, if he connects on a big-time shot, that could be all she wrote for Murloc, who has Dwayne Bang Ludwig taking on Tetsuji Kato. Ludwig has finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. Kato has, he's ranked 13th in the lightweight division of Pride FC. Ludwig 19th. Ludwig 7-0. The Blurcast stat picks. Can't count out Tetsuji Kato. If he's on his back, he might be fucked. But Dwayne Ludwig, he lost his debut against Josh Neer, just beat Carl Uno, though. He's had a great run besides the Neer fight of good to great fights. Another pretty exciting guy. He's fought some tough names like, Josh Thompson, Joaquin Hansen, Charles Bennett. It's crazy that Yves Edwards, he really has not done a whole lot for us in Pride FC when he did pretty well in the UFC. And obviously Tetsuji Kato. It's crazy he's had so many fights being at only 31. 2-fight losing streak. We'll see what happens. Obviously the Matt Hughes 3 wins have definitely helped his career, but he's going to be almost 50% as far as 50-50 as far as his record. We'll see. See what happens there in that fight and to kick off the show. Women's MMA fight. 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world in Satoko Shiashi and Masakayoshida. 6th and 9th in the world, as Yoshida submitted 4 of the last 5 opponents. Shiashi she trains at Presto, which Yoshida has a record of 0-1 against other members of the team. Shiashi has won 3 of the last 5 fights by decision. She has all the Blurcast staff picks, and she's 1-1. She lost to Tara La Rosa, who's getting a women's title fight at the live worldwide taping in the U.S. That's coming up in I think next month. 2 months from now. I think it's next month. So, yeah. So, that's a tough loss. Tough loss for sure. Masakayoshida, though, 2-0. Beat Roxanne Modafferi, which I think she got robbed in that fight. I think Roxanne Modafferi won that fight. Looking back at that, I don't know how this person here on the right loses to the person on the left with this, but it's the way she goes. She got robbed. But to get that win, and also the Jennifer Howe fight, as she got the win there with that Kimura in the second. It's a tough fight, though. Tough fight for both girls here. I think this should be an exciting way to kick off the show, though. For sure, as we'll see how that happens. In the prelims, Jeremy Horn, being on the prelims is pretty nuts. He's the underdog going into the fight against the White Shark, Andrei Siminov. Jeremy Horn, obviously, a guy who's had a lot of fights, man. 46, 17-4, 8-11 in Pride of Seas, on a three-fight losing streak, rather. And really, even then, you can just look from Jerry of 05. I mean, he has lost. Let's see, we got 5. As far as that, I mean, that is very, very tough to have 8 losses since 2008 and only 3 wins. I mean, that's a terrible record. He should have been gone a long time ago, but the Rich Franklin win, the Mario Sparrow win, and the Frank Shermock win looked like he was going to turn the corner. Then took on an absolute savage in Fabio Maldonado. I mean, that's the thing, though. That middleweight division is insane. When you fight Lee Murray, Fairclough, Murloc, Liddell, Marcotte even, Stiebling, Silva, Marcotte again, you know, fighting them twice. Like, so you got 1 middleweight champion, 2, 3, 4, and, yeah, I mean, that's 4 former middleweight champions, a couple of top 5 guys, and guys like Fairclough and Marcotte. Stiebling's done pretty well for himself. Scott Smith's gotten some big wins as of late. And just crazy. But this could be his last fight, at least in Pride FC. We'll probably send him down to Elite XC and not rings. But we'll see, as Andrei Siminov, though. A guy I've been waiting to really explode here in UFC, in Pride FC, for a long time. We've had our eye on him pretty much since the start of the mod. We signed him after the Valentino Overeem fight. We sent him down the rings, which might have been a mistake, but he lost to Sarah and then Soleoff. When we brought him in, he beat Sabral, lost to Vitor, and then he's kind of just hasn't found a consistent basis, but he's, you know, fought some tough guys, though, and lost to, you know, tough guys in John Jones, Shogun, and Vitor. I mean, those are tough fights. Very, very tough fights. And to start off your career in M1 against, like, Savachka and Andrei Arlovsky, too, like, those are tough fights for anybody. He's beaten Leopoldo Cerro, though, in the past, which is nuts. And, yeah, just, tough fight. This is a tough fight for both guys. We'll see what happens. And then the big cat, Tom Erickson, taking on Hirotaka Yokoi. As Tom Erickson somehow has some Blurcast Epics advantage. I know he's got a significant weight advantage, but the man is a dinosaur out here. He's 44 years old. Just beat Mark Coleman, which was not, you know, not the greatest thing to tout, but that fight with Random at the Mega Bushido 4, pretty crazy. The Volcon fight at the second American Bushido. Of course, you know, winning our first tournament, winning the Grand Prix, Openweight Grand Prix in 2000 to kick off the series. To lose to Ice Cold Igor in that September. And he just was really not the same, because, like, Carlos Barreto was pretty shit. And got knocked out by Goodridge, lost to Arlovsky, and then lost to Vegeta. Somehow turned it around, though. I thought for sure he was going to lose to Fabrizio Verdum. Turned it around, got some 3 straight wins. Probably should have been done after this fight, but out of respect, kept him around to have the fight with Coleman. And we'll see what happens here. I think he's going to get washed, but I don't know. Hirotaka's not really that great, to be honest. He's 16-8. Beat Bob Sapp, but that's not really saying a whole lot. He's beaten Ray Couture in the past by split decision, and yeah, just I don't know. You know, I just don't think it's going to be his fight to win here. We'll see, though. Yeah, my plus 190, minus 240, pretty close. Wrestling background, judo background. Hideki Nuguma's referee, ringside judges. Yeah, giving up at least 45 pounds is Hirotaka Koi here. Round 1 begins. To get up close, over under here. Erickson with the aggressive. Ness here, looking for a takedown. He's got it. It's a Greco-Roman slam. Oh, it's unable to shift him off him, so he's just going to keep him down there. Yeah, just going to lay on top of him now. Look at the pass. Can't pass. Looking for an arm. Can't get it, though. So Hideki Nuguma got to stand him back up. I respected another takedown attempt this time. Yokoi stands up, drives him against the ropes. Trying to get some wrestling started up against the ropes, but Hirotaka turns him around. And now looking for some dirty boxing, but you know, now using his wrestling as Erickson to prevent any damage from happening. Trying some dirty boxing now. Still trying to get out of trouble here. Turns him around is Erickson. And now he's going to smother up against the ropes. Clean, I mean, I don't know. Hideki Nuguma was breaking pretty fast against Tom Erickson here, which I don't mind at all. Erickson wrestles his way into a down position in the clinch. Tries to pick Koi for a slam, and he slams him here. Ends up in half guard. Tries to pound away now, blocks the sweep, tries to get full guard, not happening though, and that will probably do it for the first round. Not a bad round for Tom Erickson, not a bad round at all. So, I mean, using that size, you can't, even though he's 44 years old, You can't stop a man that's got almost 40 pounds on somebody. And is an absolute savage in there. He's a tank. It's the second round. They get up close. Erickson looking for another takedown. That's another Greco-Roman slam, and he's got side control off of this one. Looking to catch his breath. Keeps him guessing. Tries to move the guard, and that's not happening. Fires off some punches now. Blocks his full guard. Taking the Guma again, standing him back up. Erickson's getting a little tired now. He's got an aggressive position now. Trying to push him against the ropes. Yeah, just Erickson's going to have complete control in this one. Now they're going to rest for a little bit to end out the round, hitting a couple of short punches, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, Erickson, the underdog, getting... I mean, I think he's... If he just doesn't get finished, he should win this fight. Both fighters getting close now. Erickson's the aggressor. He's got him against the ropes again. Now, Yokoi tries to keep him against the ropes here, but Erickson reverses it after he reversed it the first time there. So now he's trying to maintain him, but Yokoi again wrestles out of it. And now Erickson's up against the ropes. Looks like we're just going to keep stalemate here, switching out. And thank God I think Naguma separates him this time, as now Erickson's starting to have to push himself now. His corner's responding a little louder for him, urging him on. They get up close again, looking for another slam. That gets blocked, though. Erickson's breathing very hard now. Erickson's the aggressor in the clinch, though. Does the self-beat driven back to Yokoi. Still trying to muscle him against the ropes. He does so this time. But Erickson keeps him at bay, preventing him with wrestling skills. Now he's got him up against the ropes. And that's the fight. The decision win should be for Tom Erickson. The big cat gets the win. Another awful fight for Tom Erickson, as he praises his team at the pit. Is very responsive to all the fans who came out to support him. 44-year-old man keeps it going. Hopefully we get some exciting action here in the prelim, as from St. Petersburg, Russia, the White Shark, Andrei Siminov taking on Jeremy Gumby Horn from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This should be an interesting one. Both guys, minus 110, minus 140, pretty close on the betting lines. Team of Vistian, Miltich fighting systems. Should be a fun one. Big John's out there as a referee as they engage. They strike but without success. Tries for the high kick to his Horn, but it's wide of the mark. His right hand taking on the gloves from Siminov. Got him in the pocket now. Doesn't land any of the strikes that he threw at Horn. There's two counter jabs from Siminov. Can't connect with the jab and hits Siminov with a straight right. They come together to strike. It's a stalemate as both fighters throw strikes but fail anything significant. Siminov uses good head movement to avoid a couple of quick punches and the big head kick attempt. So, wow, we're just getting a bit of a, we haven't seen anyone land a heavy shot yet. Both guys are kind of slipping past each other's stuff. Doesn't connect the counter left, does Horn, jabs wide, and he lands the right hand of the body. Siminov misses the right cross. Here comes the counter as Horn attacks the jab and a right hook that's ducked. Neither fighter can land a significant strike again. Siminov attacks with strikes. There's a left-hand exchange from Horn, a 1-2, but Horn was equal to it. They come together and strike, but neither fighter can really land anything. It's really tentative. Horn throws two quick punches, but Siminov has good head movement and avoids both of them. Siminov can't catch Horn, whose good head movement allows him to slip away from the three-punch combination. As Horn misses the right hook and gets countered with a great right hook. Siminov can't get past the good guard of Horn. Two punches were simply absorbed. Can't do it again. Simply absorbed again. Left jab from Horn. Doesn't connect with the right hand. There's a jab. His right cross is blocked. Halfway point. Horn rolls his shoulders, trying to relieve the tension. Moves forward. Horn misses. Horn, yeah. Here comes Siminov missing the big right hand. Here comes the counter with a quick left jab and a solid right hand. Horn attacks with strikes. There's a counter jab. It doesn't connect from Siminov. Horn lands a left jab, but Siminov avoids the low kick. That's the setup. They engage again. Horn misses the right crosses, leaves himself open for a counter. Siminov attacks with a left jab and a right hook that's ducked. They stand and trade in the center of the ring, but neither fighter can land a good shot. They meet in the center. Horn uses a pair of left jabs, but fails to land on the leg kick. Siminov with a right cross that he nails. Horn still trying to relieve the tension again, moving forward. Horn feeds to one side. Here comes Siminov to react, leaving him off balance. Misses the right cross to Siminov. Horn attacks with left hook to the body. Meet in the center. Siminov stepping into the pocket again. Jabs wide and hits him with a right cross that lands hard. A minute left. Horn slipping past the right hook attempt. Attacks with the left jab and a right cross that just misses. Horn trying to get some instructions from this corner. Acknowledges it with a curt nod. Turns his full attention to the fight here, as that's the end of the round. Tough fight to really judge as far as that first round. Horn was doing a good bit. As far as both guys were kind of countering their stuff. I think Siminov probably did a little bit more damage. probably would give him that first round, but that was pretty close. See what happens in the second. They stand and trade. Nothing really lands, though. They engage in the center. As Siminov misses the right hook and gets countered with a left jab and a big right hand that just misses. Horn's starting to slow down. Not a great sign. So is Siminov, though. Yeah, they were pretty active that first round. Missing the right hook and gets countered with a left jab and a right hook that's avoided the last possible second. It's off target with the jab. It hits the right hand. Same thing here from Siminov. It's off target with the left jab. It hits the good right hand. Both fighters strike without success. As Horn deals with two punches without issues. Guard remains solid. Horn finds his right cross blocked. Siminov slipped past the right hook and attacks with a quick left hook. Now it's Horn looking for a takedown. That's a good idea to change it up, but he left his neck exposed. Could be a guillotine here. As Horn pulls his head free before the guillotine can be sunk in properly. As Horn begins to work past scramble now. Siminov ends up pulling out, losing out in the scramble. Ends up pulling half guard there as Horn tries to pass again, but Siminov again scrambling. My God, as Siminov has just been an absolute monster down there. As he finally gets him up against the ropes now. Trying to use some wrestling skills to prevent Siminov from attacking with dirty boxing. Tries to get some dirty boxing going, but Horn, just his wrestling's a little too much for him. As Siminov again trying to dirty box him, the Horn slips out of it to end out the second round. Interesting round that time, because I really liked what Jeremy Horn did. I don't know if it was enough. Could have been. I just don't think he was able to keep him down long enough for it to really manifest. But this could be an interesting fight, though. It really comes down to this third round. Coming forward, Horn's willing to take a couple of shots if it means getting close enough to grapple. Jabs wide and catches him with a right hook. Horn steps in, seemingly willing to take some strikes if it means getting close enough to wrestle. Jab lands from Siminov. Horn evades the big punch. Horn, wanting to grapple, comes forward. Appears willing to risk a few shots to get close enough to close the distance here. Jab hits home. Then hits Horn with a straight right. There's a two-punch combination. Doesn't hit either of them, though, as Horn gets a hold of him now. Not having to take even one shot while coming in. Horn looking for the takedown. He's got it. Trying to pass, scramble again. Horn's up first. He's only quickly grabbed against the ropes immediately. Basically the same thing we saw in the second round. Siminov is slowing down. His gas tank's being challenged. There's a quick punch doesn't land. Looking confident now. Siminov looking to shorten the range. Can't connect with the jab. That hits a nice straight right hand. Siminov goes to the body with the left hand. There's a left kick to the body from Horn. Siminov pretty tired here. They're both pretty much tired. They collapse into a clinch. Horn looking for another takedown. Man, big takedown from Jeremy Horn. Every time, though, it's a scramble. Horn comes out on top, though. He's got side control. Knee strike to the rib. Squirms now, prevents that knee strike. Looking for a north-south position, but it's a sweep here, and that's the end of the fight. Jeremy Horn might have won that fight. We'll see. Siminov gets it. And, that's a tough one, now. That's a tough one because I think Siminov did damage for sure. And even try to get that guillotine in. I wouldn't say that was the second round. Which, could have finished the fight, obviously. But, I don't know. It's an interesting one. So, yeah, Jeremy Horn going to get sent down to probably Elite XC. Tough break. Tough break there as he gives thanks. Does Andrei Siminov to all of his team at... all of his team at Team Avicii. Is very responsive to all the fans who came out to support him. Praises Horn for the tough fight. As our opener... Shiashi taking on Masakayoshida. It's 12-1, 13-5. Both girls from Tokyo, Japan. As we'll see. This should be a barn burner, though. Kickboxing, grappling background for Masakayoshida. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background for Soto, Shiashi, Presta, Cobra Kai Dojo. Plus 220, minus 280. Hideki Naguma's a referee, ringside judges. As Yoshida towering over 410 to 5-3. As both fighters get plenty of support here. Both hometown girls fighting it out to start off this pay-per-view. As Shiashi shoots in for the takedown, Yoshida can't stop it. As those few strikes clearly slowing things down, trying to sweep, doesn't happen though. There's a few right hands, takes a moment to plan ahead. A few rights to the body, trying to pass. So here's a scramble. Shiashi somehow ends up on top of Yoshida in north-south though. Trying to shift, and here comes the scramble though. As Shiashi again manages to come out on top. Yoshida's pulling half guard. I mean, these girls are scrambling. As Yoshida tries to get full guard, but on Shiashi, but that's not happening. Shiashi trying to pound away. All the blows are coming dealt with. She blocks the sweep. Trying to sweep her again. Taking Naguma's going to stand her back up, and Shiashi going right back down. Which it's a big takedown. She's got side control. Tries to move the guard. Not happening. Shiashi fires away with elbows. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough night for Masakayoshida if she's not going to stop these takedowns. Fires off some handful of punches now, trying to pound on Yoshida with elbows. Blocks Yoshida as he tries to she tries to transition guard, rather. It's thinking Nuguma's going to have to stand her back up again, and here we go, rinse and repeat. Jesus Christ, single legs got it. Trying to get past guard, scramble. Shiashi ends up on top with north-south. Blocks the fucking scramble. Jesus, yeah, Masakayoshida. Good luck. You ain't winning this one. As big takedown again. Scramble. Yoshida manages to come out on top. How about that? Here we go, Yoshida. Let's see what you can do. She blocks him to sweep, pounds with elbow strikes, trying to sweep. Doesn't budge Yoshida, though. She's throwing some punches. They're not throwing with any great force, though. Well, there is it's an elevator sweep. It's messy, but she gets it. And here's the scramble. Scramble leaves Shiashi on her back. So nothing really changed. Trying to pass. Another ploy and scramble. Shiashi grabs Yoshida and shoves her up against the ropes. Probably going to be a takedown here. Yep. Figured so. And, yeah, just going to lay on top of her. Throw some elbows in and out the second. Yeah, I mean, Satogo Shinyashi has just, full-on dominated her. There's really no other way around that one. As, Yoshida gets her in a clinch. Clinches with her. She trying to muscle up against the ropes. Can't do it, though. Ends up being out-wrestled. Here comes the trip. Yep, even the trip works. Yeah, as, this is not good. Unloads some right hands. Yoshida deals with them comfortably. Takes the opportunity to stand back up, albeit under back control. But Shiashi's going to just throw her right back down. As she lands face first, she gets a hold of her back now. This Shiashi's got both hooks in. That's all she wrote. Wow. Defends it. That's crazy. Looking for it again. Both hooks in. Still can't finish it. Oh my goodness. Is Shiashi trying to pound away now? Well, either way, she won the fight. So, there is that. Satogo Shiashi, dominant performance. Absolutely dominant performance. I mean, I get it, she's got a kickboxing grappling background, but, I mean, she could not stop any of her takedowns. 6 for 6 on takedowns. Landed a lot of strikes. Tough break. Tough break there. It's giving thanks to Toko Shinashi, praising her team at Peresta, our various sponsors, and all the fans who came and supporter. This is a tough fight. Gives her sure respect to Masaka Yoshida. It's Dwayne Ludwig taking on Tatsuji Kato, 14-7, 27-11. As a big favorite, Dwayne Ludwig, minus 340, Muay Thai background, Judo background, City Boxing for Dwayne Ludwig, Peresta for Tatsuji Kato. Big John McCarthy's referee. Kato again, big reaction from the crowd, home crowd tonight for Tatsuji Kato, as a flurry of 5 punches from Ludwig sees 4 of them land, but Kato avoids the big one. And he lands 2 left hands, but sees his falling leg kick. Let's see what Kato can do, as Ludwig refusing to be pulled down, as he pulls his leg free, steps away safely. Combo then to the roundhouse body kick, fails to land from Ludwig, as and now Kato is able to grab him into a clinch, looking for a sweep. There you go. Kato, from the top here, I mean, doing a great job. A couple of punches of the body now. Ludwig pushes him out, so looking for a scramble, but Kato seizes the opportunity. Too slow as Ludwig gets caught in side control. I mean, no one wants to be down there with Tatsuji Kato. You don't want to be down there. You're in his realm, for sure. Catches his breath with a couple of punches to the body now, trying to pull guard as Kato. Looking for an arm triangle. Ludwig fights that off. Looking for an E-bar now. He's going to throw a lot of submissions at you. You got to be ready. Big John's going to stand him up, though. I think that's fair. With 3 minutes left. Kato lands the left hand. Looking for the strike combination. Ended with an attempted head kick, but nothing really lands. There's a weak left hand now. Fails on the combination then with a roundhouse body kick now. There's a weak flicked left hand jab. Man, Kato keeps on catching these leg kicks. Gets the takedown this time. Quickly scrambles, though, but Kato gets to side control. I mean, he has completely outclassed him so far. There's some elbows now. Tries to pull guard. That's not happening. Great round for Tatsuji Kato. You got to win that first round if you're the grappler. Gives you such a huge advantage. I think he did in a big way. Landed a lot of strikes. Did a majority of his takedowns. Tremendous job. Ludwig steps in, looking to unleash, comes in with a flurry of 4 punches, landing one of them, but Kato avoids a kick to the body. That's the setup. Can't connect the step strikes. There's a crunching right hook, though, from Ludwig, who's starting to slow down now. Lands a big right hand, though. He's landing some big-time shots. It's a defensive jab from Kato, hits 2 jabs, or hits a left jab, and then hits a low kick to the legs. Fails the phone of his jab, and then hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. He's landing some powerful shots, but Kato's still able to clinch with him, looking for the trip. Ludwig stops it. Looking for it again. That gets stopped again. Great second round here for Ludwig. And they separate and they stand back off. This might be Ludwig's round here. Oh, there's a vicious right head kick that might have knocked him out. Yep. Knocked him down at least. Looking to finish him here. Massive rights here. Big comeback for Dwayne Ludwig. What a huge head kick. Finishes the fight with the TKO. Making him 15-7. Nice comeback for him. It's not over until it's over. As he gives a name check to City Boxing. All his various sponsors. All of his friends, family, supporters. Praises Tetsuji Kato. He praises his toughness. There's a lot of respect for him there. As Murloc, Ninja Hua taking on Scott Hands of Steel Smith. This should be an exciting one. This could be over in an instant. Should be a hell of a fight, though. 21-4, 15-6. It's crazy he's a wrestling background, but he's got some fucking dynamite in those hands. No team doesn't need it when you can knock somebody out in 20 seconds. Putting on Lucha Libre of Murloc Ninja Hua. It should be fun. They're taking Nagumo's referee, ringside judges. Here we go. They engage. Will slips past the right hook and counters a low kick. They stand on train, nothing really gives or takes there. They clinch. This has been the longest fight so far. Scott the Smith for the past, 5 fights. He's up against the ropes now. Hard stomp. Looking for the trip. He's got it. Looking for the Darce. My God, that was been crazy as he's trying to move the guard, but Murloc doesn't allow it. That's a hard knee strike to the ribs. And he's trying to transition the guard. Looking for Kimura now. Oh, that's a terrible angle here. Oh, wow. Pulls his arm free from that. As didn't look as tight as it looked, I guess. As despite that, Smith still remains in side control. I mean, Murloc can do a lot of different ways. There's a knee bar. Still fighting it off as Scott Smith. Surprised they stood him up, to be honest. He's throwing a lot of submissions out. I think I would have kept him down there a little bit more. But here comes Murloc with an excellent timing with the takedown. Can't stop it. And looking for a leg lock here. Still, Smith maintains a tight guard. In guard. Murloc continues to go throw a couple punches to the body. It's, again, looking for the leg lock. Hideki Nagumo keeps on standing him up. I mean, this is pretty nuts. As Murloc's trying to get right back down. Sprawls, though, and has to give up on the takedown. And there's a Hua dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a glancing high kick. Smith clearly needing to catch his breath here. As there's a big knee strike to the body again. Looking for a sweep. He's got it. Gives up his back. Looking for the rear naked choke. Oh, but he can't claim it. It was fully locked in without even the hooks being in. But the round ends. He gets saved by the bell. He lasted the whole entire round, though. So shout out Scott Smith. Definitely lost the round, but we'll see what happens in the second. Smith wanting to grapple. Definitely a terrible idea. He should be trying to knock him out with those fucking punches. He connects the jab and hits the body kick now. As Murloc's the aggressor. There's defends himself with an attempted knee. Blocks another knee. Smith can't keep control as now Murloc has a dominant position. Can't keep control. Now he's being pushed around again. Got him against the ropes looking for the trip. Can't get him down. As Smith may have stopped the takedown, but he has less luck getting away from the ropes here. Excellent trip. Oh, but he feels the scramble coming. Make sure that doesn't happen. That could have been real bad. Those are a few strikes now as Murloc in control. Looking to just keep him down there, probably for the rest of the round. But Smith burst into life. Here comes the scramble, but Murloc's too quick. Catches him in side control. Yeah, I mean, valiant effort, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Third round here. Murloc simply took the initiative, but Smith simply took... Oh, look at... There you go, Scott Smith. There's a punch, but Murloc was equal to it. Another punch that was equal to it. Smith trying to grab him. Would not do that. Trying to muscle against the ropes. Can't do it, though. Smith defends it well, trying to push him against the ropes. Yeah, I mean, you're just going to get out-wrestled. Terrible game plan from Scott Smith. I think he could have had a chance if he was trying to outstrike him, but it's just not going to happen. As sends Scott down to the mat, he's got side control. Might not be able to finish him, which, I mean, I think he should take some solace in that, but even then, I don't think he really had. Oh, I might have spoke too soon. Kimura, Smith blocks it. Yeah, I mean, Murloc sometimes doesn't finish guys. You know, most of the time he just tries to grind you out and get the decision win. But, I mean, there's been some guys that have been caught with some arm bars and knee bars, and even a rear naked choke, but rarely does it happen. Yeah, I mean, just a tough break there for Scott Smith. Didn't really have a full-on chance of winning this fight. He didn't do anything. You know, he's a heavy favorite was Murloc, and you could definitely see why there. We really gave him a big-time fight. He wants Chuck Liddell as Murloc. That'd be fun. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. There's Overeem versus Hizzo. The Rock versus the Demolition Man. 14-8, 17-7. This card's needing some fireworks. We need it. Both Muay Thai fighters. We need this card to kind of turn it up a notch. And these two guys, I think, can do it. Both in the minuses. Big John, the only guy big enough to ref this one to hold back Overeem. They engage. Here comes a high kick off the counter from Hizzo, and he is hurt. He's wobbly. He's got him against the ropes. Hizzo's trying to advance and throw a big-time kick, but he only glances it off his forearms. Somehow clears his head and we're back to the center of Overeem. Misses the high kick again to Hizzo. There's a jab on right cross from Overeem. Yep, that shot really got him there, as Overeem with a jab on clean right hand. There's a jab and a clean right hand from Hizzo. Oh my god, Hizzo's hurt. Oh man. And here comes the fucking big right hand. He rocks him again. Overeem trying to finish him off here with a big right hook, but he can't do it. As he manages to clear his head, as Hizzo, and we're back to the center. They engage. Attacks with 3 quick punches as Hizzo. 2 of them land, only finds gloves with the right hand. Paired left jabs now. Has the right hand taken on the gloves. They engage. Missing the right hook. Leaves himself over for a counter. Here comes a left jab and a low kick that can't connect. Hizzo's off target with a left jab, but scores with a spin kick to the ribs. There's a jab and a right cross from Overeem. My god, I can't believe... I mean, so much has happened, and it's only been 3 minutes. Counters the roundhouse kick with a quick kick of his own as Overeem. Missing the right hook, here comes the counter. It's a left jab and a low kick that narrowly misses. So, as Overeem again with the counter. Here comes a nice jab and a nice right hook. Left jab, it doesn't connect to the low kick, does Hizzo, rather. So left jab, it doesn't connect to the left kick, does Overeem now. They meet in the center. Missing the right cross, here comes the counter. Overeem attacks the left kick to the ribs. Oh, there's a leg kick from Overeem. A left jab and a slithering kick to the legs from Hizzo now. It's crazy, both guys going for leg kicks. I did not see that one coming. And there's a left jab, but doesn't find the mark on the right hook from Overeem. Hizzo's off target with a jab, there's a left to the body. There's a left jab and a quick kick to the lead leg, and then Overeem's limping a little bit. As missing the right hook, here comes the counter with a jab and a right hook that narrowly fails to connect for Overeem. Hizzo with a left hand. There's a left jab and a right hand. There's another leg kick from Overeem. There's a slithering kick to the legs again. Meet in the center. And there's a great right hook that gets countered. Overeem's starting to slow down a bit. He is limping pretty heavily now, as he doesn't find the mark after the jab. There's a jab, but it misses the big right. It avoids the right hand to the body. Here comes a pair of left jabs on the counter. There's a right cross that just misses. Exchange of strikes, nothing really lands, though. Hizzo looking for the right cross. Here comes a counter with a jab and a nice right hook from Overeem. They engage in the center. Left jab and misses the low kick. Doesn't connect to the jab, but hits the right cross. Does Overeem. Hizzo trying to find the right roundhouse kick to the body. Gets countered with a left jab and a right hand that narrowly fails to connect. There's 12 seconds left. Here comes a punch and a low kick. There's a jab and a right hook from Overeem to end out the round. What a round, though. A lot of action here. It's tough, because, I mean, Overeem rocked him a couple times. Hizzo rocked Overeem a couple times. The leg kicks have really been working. It's a tough one to call. This could really go either way. I'm going to just hold my breath on that one and see what happens in the second. They meet in the center. There's a left hook from Hizzo, and there's a powerful straight right after the clean jab, and he knocks him down. Overeem looking to finish the fight here. And there's Big John McCarthy going to jump in and save him. What a win. What a fight, though, for both guys. Great effort here. Overeem coming in the second round, knowing that he's got to finish him before these leg kicks get the best of him. And he gets the huge win. And that's 15-8 for Overeem, 17-8 for Hizzo. Tough fight, though. That was a hell of a fight. Overeem gives the name check to everyone a golden glory. All of his various sponsors and all of his friends, family, and supporters. Our co-main event, and what a fight this is. Fabio Maldonado, Chuck the Iceman Liddell, Old Man Liddell, looking to fight off the hungry middleweight in Fabio Maldonado. This should be a very fun fight, though. Yeah, this should be sick. As the favorite, Fabio Maldonado. I think that's rightfully deserved as well. Big John McCarthy's referee, ringside judges, opening bell here. They touch gloves. Liddell lets Maldonado step in and engage. Doesn't connect to the left jab. It hits the right head kick. And Liddell has been rocked by that head kick. Clears his head in time as Liddell ducks another head kick that would have ended the fight right there. He clears his head as Liddell looking to move in. Misses the attempt to body shot there. Gets countered with a jab and a leg kick that misses. His tags his opponent with 2 weak punches and then uses them as a cover to land a leg kick. Liddell steps in ready for him. Scores the left jab. Doesn't find the reach here for the hook to the body. Does Maldonado. That's a nice right hook from Liddell. Steps in and looking for the right hook to the ribs. But misses. Does Maldonado. Throws 3 punches. But Maldonado maintains a great guard and safe of that. Both fighters throw, but both fighters fail to land anything. Misses the attempt to shot to the body. Those 3 punches with a combination, but Maldonado maintains a great guard and is safe out of that. It misses the right cross. Here comes the counter. Liddell attacks with the left jab and misses the big right hand. It narrowly fails to connect. Maldonado steps in, watched all the way by Liddell. There's a left jab and also a good right hand. Another left jab and a left hand to the body. As hits a jab and misses the attempted shot to the body. As 2 quick straight punches, a quick left and a straight right. Liddell totally being outstruck so far. I mean, he's just been watched in all the way and getting fucked up. Here's a jab, but is wide of the mark of the head kick. A jab, and there's a nice right hook from Maldonado. Rolls his shoulders, relaxes them. It's got a long way to go. You know, he's the left hand of the body now. Liddell, here comes the counter. It's left jab, and has the right hand blocked. Liddell hits a left hand of his own. Liddell's starting to slow down. Steps in, does Maldonado, and engages. There's a nice right hook. Liddell lets him step in again, and there's a powerful straight right hand that knocks him down. Well, Maldonado finish him here. Liddell's back up, though. And they quickly exchange again. Both fighters going toe-to-toe with strikes here. Liddell's moving around the ring. Very tense, though. Lands the left jab. Liddell doesn't find the mark on the right hook. Here comes a jab that's off target, but he nails the right cross. Liddell lets the counter happen, which he's just letting him get fucked up. And here's a nice right hook, though, from Liddell. Hits a jab, but has the right hook blocked. Doesn't connect with the brace of jabs, so connects cleanly with the right hand. Exchange of strikes, nothing significant lands. Exchange of strikes again, at relatively close range, nothing really lands again. Liddell acknowledges some instructions from the corner. Gives a curt head nod there. Returns to the full attention of the fight. Here comes Maldonado looking to finish the fight here. To end out the first, as it hits the jab, but can't connect with the right cross. Oh, it can't connect with the head kick, though. That probably would have been a fight ender. Looking to strike, though, again. Finds his way past his opponent's guard with a sharp 1-2. They stand and trade the center of the ring. Nothing really lands, though, and that's the end of the first. Obviously, Maldonado won that round, and I can't believe Iceman didn't get finished. So, the shout out to Chuck Liddell for still having a chin. As he comes forward and looking to strike. Soft target with the jab. Also misses the right hook to the ribs. Right hook's blocked now. They come together and strike. Nothing really lands, though. Maldonado's starting to slow down. Liddell's feeling the fatigue. Liddell lets Maldonado step in. He's well off target with a head kick. Don't think they're going to finish. Well, as I say that here, that might have just ended it. Yep. Right where I was about to say it. A right hook to the jaw. And that's all she wrote. Out goes the Iceman. And what a win for Fabio Maldonado, making that 20 wins, 20-8. Great win there. And I think he should get a pretty close to a title fight, if not a title fight relatively soon, because he's been incredible. The one loss to Faircloth, maybe we run it back. I'm not sure, because that was a hell of a fight, though, you know, between those two. So far, this card, again, I mean, so far the fight of the night has been Hizzo and Overeem, but this fight was pretty good. It just was a little one-sided. It's giving thanks to Malnola, praises his team at WMMA Jiu-Jitsu, all of his various sponsors, all of fans who came out to support him, gives a show of respect to the Iceman. Here's our main event for the lightweight title. The Moonwolf, Romino Soto, taking on Gilbert El Nino Melendez, 18-4, 26-9-1. Pretty close on the betting lines here, a.k.a. for Gilbert Melendez. We got Peresta for Romino Soto. Pretty close, though, you know, as far as betting lines, and this should be a hell of a main event. Taking was a referee, ringside judges. Soto gets a good reaction from the fans here. As the round one begins, here comes a high-speed takedown from Soto. Doesn't happen, though. Melendez hops in and stops him. Drives him against the rope to Soto. Now he's trapped against the ropes. A couple of short punches there as the two hit each other. Punch to the body and the side of the head for about a minute. Soto looking to go down low, grab his opponent's legs. He's got it. And Sato's got his back. He's got the body triangle. This could be it. Right there. Yep. Oh, my God. Romino Soto. What a fucking win. My God. Not fucking around was Romino Soto. That was incredible. Gets the win in his 27th win. Your new lightweight champion. Felt like that lightweight belt's been passed around so many times. As far as, like, the heavyweight title's been around way longer than the lightweight title. And there's been far fewer champions thanks to Big Nog's reign. And Sergey's reign, too, after that. I mean, it's just been crazy. What a fight, man. That was... Romino Soto is just a savage. Great fight. Saved the card, to be honest. That was looking like it was going to be an interesting one as far as... might not have been that great. But I thought, like, this fight was really good to go with the Kato-Ludwig fight. Yeah, Maldonado and Liddell and Sotoko Shiashi and Masakayoshida, those two were pretty one-sided, but, yeah, so was Murloc and Scott Smith, of course, but you see there, you know, 4th-ranked guy against the 17th-ranked guy, like, But yeah, I mean, Maldonado, he's incredible, though. I mean, to dominate the second-ranked middleweight in the world. I would love to see him and Murloc have a fight, but also Silva needs a guy to face, and we got a lot going on with that middleweight division for sure. But Romino Soto getting a huge win. Hell of a fight, though. Hell of a card for what it turned into, thanks to the main card. That prelim, though, I mean, that fucking Tom Erickson Hirotaka Yokoi fight was, whew, complete domination there. And nice little win. Nice little win for Romino Soto. Made $7 million. You can't beat that. Even, a couple guys making $500,000 from Murloc. Nice little payday there. A lot of guys getting over, getting a six-figure check. You love to see that. So rings card that we'll probably skip because we won't go through that. But I was looking to see how many champions we've had in the lightweight division, because off the top of my head, I want to say we've had at least 5 or 6, and the belt's only been around since '05. So, Melendez has had it twice, Penn's had it, Pulver's had it. As far as, I'm trying to think who else has had that belt. Somebody else has had that belt, so I'm trying to think after Pulver. Oh, well, there it is. As, let's see, as far as the reigns. Because, the heavyweight title, it's literally only been, Randleman, Igor, Big Nog, Sergey, Big Nog twice, and then Crow Cop, which there's been less champions, and that's pretty nuts. So, it was, Penn, Melendez, Amada, that's who it was, and Thompson. Yeah, that's who it was. Remember who was before Thompson. It hasn't been a successful defense since Toby Amada's reign, which even then he's got the most at 2. Shows you how fucking cutthroat that division is. But thank you all for watching. As I'm just going to look at the prestige. I figured the middleweight title would be pretty high at 94. The heavyweight title, 93, not bad at all. But that will do it for this one. And we're quickly going into our next card at Pride FC Worldwide 29. Ishida versus Sakura is our main event. Should be a fun one. As, that card. A lot of interesting stuff on that card, because you got Simi Chalette and Travis Wolf making his debut. Carlos Newton and Robbie Lawler. Jake Ellenberg and Jay Heron. Rashad Evans and fucking Anthony Rumble Johnson to kick off that show. That's a crazy fight. Crazy fight. Prelims, Ron Stallings and Carlo Almeida and Junior Santos and Goya Anov. I mean, that's some pretty, as far as young kids looking to make a big splash here. It's crazy Rashad and Anthony Johnson never really hit that, big-time moment yet, but it's coming, though. And those guys are going to be definitely getting up to that middleweight division before too long. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.